What does high score mean? New high score, is that bad? What does that mean? Did I break it?
Hello everyone and welcome to Veteran Gaming. I am Aaron and today we're talking about Eternal Evolution and the massive update that was just launched inside the game. Remember, if you guys aren't already playing Eternal Evolution, please click on my links down below. They directly benefit my channel and me, so thank you very much ahead of time. First one's going to be for BlueStacks, an emulator that's going to let you play on PC and Mac, and the second one will help you download it to your phones. So, massive update launched today. And this is such a massive update that I'm not going to go in depth on any specific topic, but I do kind of want to bounce around and touch on a little bit of everything, give my initial impressions, and see what you guys think also. Please feel free to leave all of your thoughts, good, bad, indifferent, into the comments section down below. I do still read them, I do get back to everybody, so let's start a discussion. So first of all, we'll start with our Lost Valley here. Our good old standard dungeons. Not much has changed here. I was actually saving up stamina in case I could use it for the new ones, but you can't. So the stamina potions that you have here only work for Marsh, Disa Caves, and Terradome. They do not work for the new ones. So let's go ahead and talk about the new ones real quick. The Catosian Triangle. This is pretty interesting stuff. We obviously don't know much about Crimson Rot or in the future Mirage Space, but we do know Roulette of Truth is kind of like a Terradome. It is melee, and he has abilities that kind of remind you, and the fight kind of reminds you of Terradome. He's going to drop a circle here. You're going to need melee heroes. And then he's also going to drop like a little damaging robot thing that you should kill too. Kind of like Disa Caves when you get to a higher level. The good thing to remember here is that Taylor actually can still jump into the circle. They didn't change that, so he is still a valuable member of the team, and he does, out of this team, by far the most damage. But you're going to get some good gear here, some legendary equipment in Surge, Realm, or the standard Abundant Herald, Light Gap, and Gluttony. So I'm going to talk about the new gear sets just briefly a little bit later, since I obviously hadn't have a chance to test them too much. I don't want to go too in-depth yet, but there is one thing I want to touch on later. And then we also have the Crimson Abyss here, which is for your summoners, which, you know, everybody was like, man, why do we keep getting summoners released to the game? Sorvali and everybody, and I think this is probably why, because of this giant turtle dude here. So this has been absolutely game-changing. I mean, I was at, I think, 219 before this started, but the massive amount of experience you get for completing this bumped my team all the way up into the 230s. You get 120k each time you clear, and for the first clear, look at this, for level 8 you get 10.5 million and 42,000 Rubelites. That's insane. As everybody's going into this, you should be not only maxing your 3 attempts per day, but you should be buying this until you hit your 240. This is just way too valuable and just massive rewards, plus the talent, the soul potions. I mean, this is just incredible rewards for completing these. So I highly recommend burn through crystals or diamonds if you need to. Get some work done in that. Get your account up there, especially considering PvP Tournament Summit Arena starts in 2 days. Let's just do the new Wasteland all together. Bottom right here, sweep ball. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it feels so good just skipping everything. Oh, thank you developers for adding that to the game. Just, it's kind of fun when you get a new character introduced. You can kind of see what they can do. But that was, to me, it felt like the biggest grind in this game. So the fact that now you can skip that is huge. Great time saver. And speaking of time saver, the fact that once you complete a certain amount of Twilight Lands, it's going to let you skip ahead a couple of chapters. Again, an absolutely massive time saver. I was able to start on chapter 4, which isn't the biggest jump in the world, but hey, anything to save time, get some free rewards, I'm all about. So thank you very much, developers. Huge quality of life improvement. Absolutely love it. The other thing I want to say about Twilight Lands that I've been having luck with today is that when you have an energy bond, and I don't think I have one up right now. Yeah, if you have an energy bond, if you're struggling, try your summoners, especially if you have Senway, Daniel, Ampu, any of the summoners that are going to do an AoE style damage, I had really good luck today putting summoners in, even though it said energy bond, because really those energy bonds, they're just looking for AoE type heroes. So if you have a Senway, a Daniel, anybody, even Skur and Hattie, they have a great AoE ability. Leo up front, they're just tearing through it. And man, speaking of Twilight Lands, the Vanguard, how amazingly awesome and easy is the Vanguard bond now that you can run Leo, Crete, Donkey Kong, and Artis, or any combination thereof. They are just blowing through all of the Vanguard bonds. It's been really fun, and I think a lot of people are going to progress farther than they initially did, or they did last time, just because Donkey Kong is out and really making those Vanguard feats just much more viable. And then, of course, we cannot forget to talk about the new hero. I obviously don't have him unlocked yet because I'm not pulling shards yet because it's not during a recruitment event. But let's take a look at Rickert here. Pretty cool looking character. Atlas needed an assassin, so I'm glad that they got their assassin into the game. I've heard very good things about him, but I haven't been able to unlock or play with him yet. So that will be, again, coming in the future. And the last thing I'm going to touch on tonight, and again, this almost sounds like a rant and a real shotgun blast, but I wanted to get something out, talking to you guys about my initial impressions and feelings. And one of the things that I don't want to say I'm concerned about, I had a discussion with Dylar today. Again, if you guys haven't checked out Dylar's Twilight Tactics, he does some really great Eternal Evolution content also. Check out his channel when you get a chance. But we both have a background in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and the new gear now has a chance to put attack speed on a character, and we kind of have, for lack of a better term, bad memories of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and how dominant speed becomes in that game. Now, I don't think Eternal Evolution is necessarily going to have the same problem, because Eternal Evolution is attack speed and it's not turn-based, whereas like Marvel Strike Force and Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and Raid, they're all turn-based, right? So speed is going to drastically change the dynamic. I don't think attack speed in Eternal Evolution is going to have quite as large of an impact and drastically change the game. I do think it will be important. I am probably going to put out a video solely about the attack speed changes coming, because another thing we need to keep in mind now is there is a commander that gives boost to attack speed based heroes who nobody really uses him at this point. But Samadhi here might really become a focus in the game, especially when you start talking about heroes that place debuffs by attacking. I just made a video about Botmark and how to get the most out of him, but when you're talking about right here, every hit he has that's a critical strike has a 60% chance to decrease the enemy's defense by 4% for 6 seconds, reducing it up to 32% or even higher once you get the talents and the evolutions into the character. If you're increasing this character's attack speed, you are lowering that enemy's defense much quicker, gonna allow your entire team to do much more damage against bosses. So characters like Botmark 2, any character that's gonna place a debuff by attacking could see a massive increase in viability and damage and overall team contribution because of this new attack speed that's coming into the game and really getting some bonus. So it's possibly gonna be game changing. I don't think it will have quite that impact as it does in some other turn-based games, but you never know. We don't have a chance to test yet. As soon as I start getting some speed gear and some of the new gear, I'm gonna be slapping it on champions. I'm gonna be retesting out the heroes to see if this gear can take them to a whole new level. So that's my thoughts for tonight, guys. Again, sorry it's kind of a shotgun blast, but there's so much going on. Each topic is probably going to need its own video, and I just don't have time yet. So I promise, when I get some time, I will get around to it. Remember, leave your thoughts in the comments section down below. Let me know. I mean, do you think the new hero is going to be amazing? Do you think attack speed is going to drastically change the game? Are you struggling on Twilight Lands and need a hint on how to get through a certain level? please let me know. I promise I will do my best to help you guys out. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and as always, have fun, good luck.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.